Well, we've got to look at Biden, a recent look at Biden. He's actually out and doing what he's doing, leading the country, governing our country, the wonderful United States of America. Biden was out there yesterday doing his presidential duties. This is what I've been hoping for. I'm hoping to see this man on his way out, lame duck that he is. I'd like to see him executing his presidential authority and doing things to make this country somewhat normal prior to the next administration coming in, right? We're on the verge of World War III, nuclear Armageddon, all sorts of stuff are happening. And this is Thanksgiving week. We're 2 days away from Big Turkey Day. So it made sense that Biden fulfilled his duties and was out there pardoning the turkey. First of all, this guy's pointing. The kid's like, why am I here? And Biden looks like, I don't know what I'm looking at. He's pointing one direction. Biden's looking the other way. But this is important stuff. This is important stuff to talk about. Time to Talk podcast is time to talk random stuff that I wanted to get into. But yeah, the Biden turkey thing, I guess this is important. You know, I was watching the coverage of this. Not that I was watching it. I didn't sit down and get into it, but I happened to see the coverage of it in one of the videos. And there's like a whole crowd of people on the White House lawn, wherever they do this, Rose Garden, wherever. It looked like it's in the front. And I'm watching, I'm like, who are these people? I guess they gather these people and they're all excited and they're all feeling patriotic and feeling all festive about the pardoning of the turkey. I think the turkey, is it peaches and cream, whatever. I don't know. I probably should have, bad journalism. I should have looked up the turkey names or gotten them correct. I think it's peaches and something and shit, whatever it was. Was there one turkey, two turkeys, whatever it was? But this is important stuff for us to see. We need to know that Biden's out there doing this. And this is important. And in another really serious, important piece of news, especially with the holiday coming and everybody worried about, weight gain and all these things that are happening, we got an announcement from the Biden administration that Biden is going to make Ozempic, the weight loss drug, the phenom weight loss drug, available to people of lower income, like Medicare and Medicaid. You can now get Ozempic. Now, I don't know how to react to this. Part of me wants to say, well, to me, it sounds like almost like when Harris did the whole push for black people thing, the black man vote, like, hey, we're going to legalize weed. We're going to give you money for loans and we're going to give you a discount on Timberlands and Jordans and Waffle House between certain hours only in the South. This feels like that. This feels like on the way out, besides possibly starting World War III and besides sending another few billions of dollars and everything I could possibly get my hands on over to Zelensky and Ukraine, in addition to all that, provoking war with Putin and such, what I'm also going to do is all the big people, I'm going to take care of y'all. All the big people who can't afford this medicine, don't worry about it. I got you. What's not to love? This is like his legacy. This is going to be his thing. But, you're going to have a ton of people. We have a ton of obese people in this country. And a whole lot of people are going to now be able to get this drug. And they'll be like, yeah, that was Biden who did that. And this is setting up, I think this is setting up the Democrats and setting up the next Harris run. Oh, you didn't know about that. The Harris run. Kamala Harris made a statement. I think she's in Hawaii. She's on vacation. I don't know if she's back yet, if she's on the mainland, or if she's still in Hawaii. But she did make it clear she ain't going nowhere. Harris is staying in the fight, quote unquote. Now, I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to be really, really, really real. I said so many things against this woman and against the Democrats during the run-up to this previous election. And it was all warranted and all justified, by the way. All of my opinions were warranted and justified from my perspective. She had zero business running for president of the United States. With that said, I'm going to prove to you now, it's got nothing to do with her being a woman, and it's got nothing to do with her being a black woman or an Indian woman, whatever type of woman she wants to be for the next run. I support her decision to run again. I mean, a woman who got that much popularity in 2 months, 3 months time, 100 and whatever amount of days it was, that she was able to pull off what she pulled off and raise that much money and was able to garner the support of so many people in this country. And I mean, huge campaigns, all the celebrities, how important they are. The fact that all these celebrities came out for her, that really says everything. So she's, I think her political capital went way up, and I support her running. And I'm not saying I support her, right? But we have to see what happens in 2028. I like to see who she's going to run against. But I'm saying right now, you can quote me on, I'm saying it right now. I'd like to see her do well. I'd like to see her solidify positions, really come to terms with things. I'd like to see if the Democratic Party has learned its lesson from this previous terrible loss that they suffered, the defeat, the trouncing that they took. I'm hoping, and I'm putting the energy out, that hopefully they turn things around. Maybe they see what their party has become. Perhaps they start listening to the working class, the middle class. They cut the ties with the corporate interest. I doubt it will happen. But I'm not going to sit here and, make it sound like I'm not pulling for her. Yeah, you know what? Give her a chance. She's got plenty of time between now and then to prove what she needed to prove in the short period of time on this previous election, which is the reason why a lot of people did not vote for her. Not because she was black, not because she's a woman, not because of anything else, not because of her hair or eye color or anything. Strictly because she was not in a position to really, and I think, again, I said this previously, I think it was slightly unfair for her to have to handle all this and to be thrust into the spotlight like that and have to do what she did. So I'm being cool here with Kamala Harris. And for this run up, if she's going to stay in the fight, I think there's no reason why I can't support the challenge and say I think it'd be good for her to go out there, start fresh, get a good run up, and do what she's got to do. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep you posted on that, of course, and we'll see if there's any change in her positions and how things are going to add up for the future race and what she's going to lay out over the next couple of years. Is she going to stay silent and wait a couple of years, like how it's going to all work out? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Now I want to get into the other thing that's been making the news and making headlines, and that's MSNBC. So talking about the previous election, as we just were, obviously a lot of people have noticed, finally, that the legacy media is full of crap, dog doo-doo, dookie. And they are miserably, their numbers have gone down. CNN's got massive layoffs coming up. They're going to be getting rid of some of the big name people. They're wasting a ton of money on these figureheads that are just spitting nonsense and garbage. MSNBC is in the toilet, and these people are hanging on to dear life. And you would think that they'd be really figuring out they're in other words, they're going down with a fight. Like, they're not even trying to turn around the fact that they spew nonsense and garbage and just won't stop with the censorship stuff and anti this and anti that. And it just doesn't stop. CNN, MSNBC, by the way, the whole tease with Elon Musk possibly purchasing them, that for me, I think that would be kind of funny. I think it would be great. Only great, though, if Elon takes his head out of Trump's behind, and it's actually going to be what Musk, the way he purports to be free speech and all these other things in the X platform, which is not flawless, but again, has been we'll get into a little bit more on X in a second because I want to talk about something. But if MSNBC, if he can make it a news organization, and mind you, he's the richest man in the world, and he's going to own a news company like MSNBC. He's going to own a channel, right? What's the chance that he's not going to be connected to all these different corporate interests as he is now? And how is he going to use MSNBC as a tool for his whole thing? Like, if MSNBC just becomes pro-Trump and he doesn't identify all the issues with Trump and he doesn't have, real journalism going on, he doesn't bring back real journalism, then it's pointless. I'd love to see him buy MSNBC. I'd love to see him buy MSNBC. I'd like to see him have Matt Taibbi, Mark Lamont Hill. I'd like to see Sabby Sabs. I'd like to see Brianna Joy Gray. That's who I'd like to see as the faces of MSNBC. I'm putting those names out there as the possible faces for the new SNBC underneath Elon Musk. We'll see what happens with that. But these people are going out with, let's look at CNN. So Carrie Champion recently is talking, I don't even know what the hell they're talking. They're talking nonsense, but let's just take a look at this because I find this to be funny. Oh, we got to get some volume here. Hold on.
X, and you said in some ways, always. I feel like X, I don't know if anyone is on it in any capacity. I don't know if you're on it. And you're the only one? You're on it? You all are on it? Okay. I've actually decided to take a rest of peace because it is not a peaceful place for me. And I know if, in fact, you don't agree with this current administration, most people can say that it's not a peaceful place. I wouldn't be surprised if there was an actual bid made to take on MSNBC, but the fact that it just can't happen in real life.
And we
just can't.
It's not even for sale.
Yeah, it's not officially for sale.
The last
it's not
time he
realistic.
mused about maybe buying something.
It's not even realistic in real life, but I do believe that media, everyone sitting here at this table, if you don't agree, we're in for some tough years ahead. I do believe that we are not going to be able to be as safe or say what we want to. I don't think free speech is going to be as free.
Now, Scott, I want to bring you in here because...
Really? I mean, first of all, she's another one of those, crybabies who has decided that the better thing to do, rather than to keep your position and to make your case, is to leave the X platform because boo-hoo, not everyone agrees with me. We're not all in the same bubble anymore. And there's too many things I'm seeing that are against what I believe. So I'm going to leave and go to Blue Sky. She's just another one of those. She's just another one of those. And this whole thing continuing with free speech, her version, their version of free speech is we dictate what it is we want you to know. We're the ones who make all of the rules. We control the narrative. We tell you what the information really is. We tell you about RFK Jr. We tell you about how great Harris and the Democrats are. We share with you everything we want you to know. We will hide what we want to hide. We will push back against anyone who goes against us. That's our version of free speech. And anything that threatens that, they get on the air and act as if everyone else is the problem. And they're not stopping. There's no sign of them just going and saying, hey, maybe we should rethink some of this. Let's try a different. I'm telling you, she's not going to be there long either. She's gone. And who is she? Nobody again. And it's usually the nobodies who want to make the most noise about being real journalists and about being real and misinformation out there from regular people and alternative media sources, which brings me to another clip I want to get into, which was on MSNBC. And I think we should let's take a look at this. Okay, so watch. Let's take a look at this.
Everything we do is under fire. Elon Musk sits on Twitter every day, or X today, saying we are the media. You are the media. My message to Elon Musk is bullshit. You're not the media. You having a blue check mark, a Twitter handle, and 300 words of cleverness doesn't make you a reporter. You don't do that by popping off on Twitter. You don't do that by having an opinion. You do it by doing the hard work.
Yeah, come on, slow clap, everybody. Whoa. First of all, I've got to say, extraordinary content. It needed to be said.
Yeah.
It continues to need to be said. When all of the garbage is flying around on social media, lying about reporters, lying about the hard work they do, lying about the hard work editors do, lying about everything up and down about not only their alternative set of facts, but alternative set of facts about what people like you do. Or if social media, people lying every day, every hour, every minute about the news. What you do matters. What the New York Times does matters. What the Wall Street Journal does matters. What Jonathan Lemire does matters. What the Financial Times does matters. What NBC News and MSNBC reporters do matters. It matters.
It simply doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Listening to these people, here's the thing. When Joe Scarborough goes off saying that people, in other words, you can't have an opinion. So essentially, what he's saying. He's saying if you didn't study journalism or go to school to be a journalist, and you're not certified journalist, according to them, then you're not allowed to have an opinion at all. Which is basically what happened during the pandemic, right? Like anyone even thinking something different, like, oh, vitamin D might be good. Let's get outside and get some exercise. Oh, you're not qualified to say that. Really? I thought that was just kind of common sense. Whatever. But point is, there's a qualification. Now, I agree to the point that I'm not saying that every single person who puts something up on social media, on the X platform or on their Facebook page or wherever it is, and their rants on political stuff or whether it's medicine or science and nutrition or how to bake cookies or what makes the best way to cook a steak. I'm not saying that everyone who posts up is, we should all respect every single thing that everyone puts up. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the ability to do it in the first place is what counts. The ability to have the right to put those opinions there, to say things, and then to have it challenged by other people is the point. There are plenty of people who did not go to Dave Smith is not a journalist by trade. Dave Smith is a comedian, but he's a political analyst and a person in that space with a voice who clearly knows what he's talking about and clearly has a grasp of the topics and the subjects at hand. Did he go to journalism school? Russell Brand, same thing. Did he go to journalism school? No. There are plenty of people who have very interesting opinions and analysis and data on things. Are they always correct? No. But again, the platform allows for people to go there. There's community guidelines. There's community notes. If someone says something that's misinformation or disinformation, there are people there to check them. Who's checking Joe Scarborough? Who's checking Carrie Champion? Who's checking Whoopi Goldberg and Anna Navarro and Sunny Hostin on The View? Who's checking Anderson Cooper? Who's checking these people? No one's checking them. They're spewing out nonsense. And when you want to talk about, not having a right or looking down on people because they're not journalists, I have more of a problem knowing that these people who are levying all the critiques against the regular Americans exercising their rights to free speech. I have a problem with the fact that these people are being paid millions of dollars to sit there, and they actually did go to journalism school, and they're liars. They have no integrity. They have no value as human beings. Zero moral values. And they are nothing more than talking mouthpieces, working and getting a paycheck and going home to their rich homes to do whatever they want with their boats, their yachts, and their high living, while poor people, middle-class people, and the rest of America suffer. These people dole out the news and tell you what's what, and they're lying, and they know they're lying. I have far less respect for those people than from some regular person who may not be a journalist but wants to put an opinion on their X page. I have more respect for my fellow citizens voicing their opinions, even if I don't agree with them all the time. Even if I don't agree with them. I don't care if you're a Trump supporter, Green Party, Jill Stein, Democrat, Kamala Harris. I don't care. Bernie lover, I don't care. I don't care what you think about the appointment of Matt Gaetz and then the sudden Matt Gaetz all of a sudden taking himself out of contention. I don't care what you think about RFK Jr., whether you think he's an anti-vaxxer and he's a crazy man, or whether you totally respect him. I don't care. We don't have to agree. But I respect the fact you have the right to the actual opinion. These people in legacy media, that ship is going down. It is going down. And it's primarily because of people like that, like Scarborough, who sat there, like Rachel Maddow, standing there from their holier than thou positions, their lofty positions, being paid millions of dollars to lie. And they know they're lying. So what's worse? You tell me. These people have the nerve, the gall, the balls. Rachel Maddow, the balls, to tell regular people they don't belong reporting or giving their opinions on things, and misinformation, disinformation. If it's not coming from us, it's not real. Get out of here. F you. Keep in touch. Anyway, Time to Talk podcast. I think I've said what I wanted to say on this particular. Thanksgiving is coming up. I don't want to be so whatever. We got 2 days left. I'll probably put up another video so before then, but I wanted to get these things out. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We're growing the channel. We made it over 4,000 subscribers. I appreciate the people who have subscribed already. Leave comments below. Let me know. What do you think about this MSNBC? Do you want Elon Musk to buy it? Are you an Elon fan? You're not an Elon fan? Half people don't want him to buy it because they're just not fans of Elon, but I'm more concerned with the consequences of what happens if he does buy it and what he's going to do with it, and whether he's going to use it as nothing more than a Trump pushing sort of, he won't be changing the situation if he just flips it to Trump. It'll just be a nightmare. But anyway, We'll see what happens. Time to Talk podcast. I'll see you on the next one. If I don't put up another video, happy Thanksgiving. Have a great one. And that's it. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.